Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Danny, and today we're going to be talking about physical security and Wi-Fi cameras. Now, I have a set of Wi-Fi cameras that are a little bit older and they just don't cut it anymore. The app is now filled with ads, the notifications are unreliable, and half the time it never even alerts you when there is motion and you set the cameras as sensitive as possible. And this is where Reolink comes into play for today's video. Reolink emailed us and said, hey, would you like to check out the Elite Floodlight Wi-Fi camera? Just at that time, I was already planning and I was looking at upgrading cameras and I was doing some research and we were also house hunting at the same time, and it all just kind of happened to be perfect time. So we're gonna unbox this today, hook it up, play with it, let you know my honest thoughts and opinions. If you are looking for an outdoor Wi-Fi camera, stick around, this might be the one for you. So let's do first a quick unboxing of everything that I got provided by Reolink. In this package, we had the RLA PP1, which is a 3-prong wall adapter. So this would be your normal North American wall adapter. Wires that would connect to your camera. Basically, instead of hardwiring your camera, you would wire it to this, make sure this isn't exposed to the elements. You would plug this into a standard wall outlet if you don't have that option. So for us, I don't think we're going to use this. And also it has a warning here. Please do not plug it in until it's fully wired. So opening up the box, I've already opened this up just to check for shipping damage, and everything was good. The box is really nice because it's very minimal plastic packaging and it's all cardboard, but the packaging is really nice. We have a 64 gig memory card. We're going to use that for local storage, as well as in here we have a sticker showing that your house Reolink cameras and it's protected by 24/7 surveillance. We got the manual. Definitely read the manual in this one because we do not want to hook it up wrong and fry our camera. There's a risk for that. So as you can see, here's the camera. There is a little box. We're going to unbox this first. We got some screws, drywall mounts, also a couple wire covers, more screws, lots of screws actually, a couple caps. We also got this bar that would go in, probably to help secure it, as well as this is a USB-C to USB-A cable included, and a plastic wrench. It says front, so I'm assuming. So here's the Elite Floodlight camera. As you can see, she's a pretty big unit. We have the dual cameras here. Now I'm going to leave the protective film on it for now, but we have our dual 4K cameras, Reolink logo, little lights here on the side of it. Some more information about the unit. Also, the whole camera system is on like a ball, so we can really position it wherever we want, and that wrench it included is for tightening that up so you can't move it around. As well as on the back side, we have our power wires, our neutral ground and live, as well as a gasket here to seal it against the building, which is nice. We also have our dual big LED floodlights that can be positioned up and down, and also you can twist them. So you have a lot of adjustability in positioning everything, which is really, really good. And ultimately for me, the white's actually going to work really good because my garage has white siding, so it's going to blend in nice. Let's get this guy hooked up. All right, so this is the camera in question, or not really the camera, but the motion light we're replacing with the Reolink Elite Floodlight camera. As you can see, well, one of the LEDs now has burnt out, and these are Noma 5000K 800 lumen LED bulbs, aka junk. Let's get this replaced, put in a proper solution, and well, as you can see, this is a little how you doing, and yeah, it's in dire need of replacement. So first off, we need to kill the power. Oh yeah, it does that too. And none of the settings on it do anything because all the buttons are stuck. So it looks like just the flathead is required on this guy, as you can see. It's really, really bad. All right, back to the garage. All right, let's get this guy off. Let's see what other tools we may need. What we got back there? Do we got any spiders? Do we got... All right, we got some electrical tape. We got some peanuts. Let's just take you off the tripod and come up here with me. So as you can see, that's the mess we're dealing with inside there. And this thing is really just really sad. Strap, good one, on the original light. So, original light. All right, so we're battling daylight, came back from the hardware store. As per the instructions, they want you to put everything through here. And I got a 1.5 inch screw because the screws included were too small. And if you are interested in finding new hardware for yours, if you have siding and your junction box is further in, like mine, it's 10-30 seconds thread pitch. That should be nice and tight. And then we're gonna have to fill this hole with some foam, caulk the side here, caulk around the top to make sure we don't get anything, no critters in the garage. So this is set up. Let's go get the light, hang the light off here, wire these together, mount the light. Bubbles in the center, it's got an included level, which is very nice. So let me bring you in close. So as you can see here, we have it mounted with the single screw onto the junction box. We got our 3 power wires here. Dangle the camera off the little cord it comes with, which is included. All right. Okay, that's everything. I think it's all hooked up. And it's a matter of stuffing all the cords back in the box. That's in, and I didn't bring the screws for this. So, please hold. Correct screws from pack D. Yeah. And also there's little caps included for the screws so they're weather protected too. Okay, those thread in pretty easily. It also includes 1 extra screw, so if you lose one. Move these bad boys out of the way. Wow, you can really position those lights. Okay. We got our camera. We got our lights. Now I got 1 light going this way, 1 light going that way, and then we will position the camera. I mean, we got to do the peel. Oh, this is not a good peel. There we go. As per the instructions, I believe now the next step is to put an SD card in it, and then we got to hook it up to USB initially. Kind of odd. I may have to get a different camera to film what we're doing, but we'll finish the setup. Yesterday I didn't complete the install. I completed the install, got the light working. It's awesome so far. Now this is just a little extra bit that I'm going to do because we're not mounting on a flat surface. I stuffed foam in the corners here and here to fill that gap, and then I'm going to fill this and around the light because there's a significant gap. Even though it has that foam gasket, I would say probably silicone it to your building. So we got some outdoor silicone. It really doesn't matter probably what brand you bought. I bought the kind of expensive stuff, and it turned out perfect timing because we had a leak this morning in the middle of filming. So I got to demo this with that. And like I said in the beginning of the video, I am not a DIY man in this aspect. Cars, yes. Houses, no. And this is the indoor-outdoor stuff meant for siding windows. And it should provide a good seal. And the reason why we're doing this is 1, to stop critters from getting in the garage. 2, water getting into the electronics and damaging the light in any way. Oh yeah, I got the other side perfect. I love the side that I'm filming. Came out like absolute garbage. Okay, well, we made a mess, but that's okay. And yeah, so Reolink lights installed. Tested it out last night. It's pretty freaking awesome, actually. Could put our light back. And I actually positioned the lights this way because I wanted the light to shine towards the backyard and this to light up the kind of patio area, and also the side entrance to the backyard, as you'll see on the camera, is also there. So basically I wanted to capture anyone coming in the backyard. I'm gonna need some more. That should be pretty good. Here we go. Hi. So this is a great test of the audio on this camera. Daytime performance. nighttime performance was really good when we were testing it out last night. Now that the camera's fully sealed, which is great, and it has great coverage, like really, really good coverage. And I'm pretty sure the mic might still be able to pick me up, so this is a great way to test microphone performance. But for now, basically, where the dogs like to run around and get all the squirrels, and you can see me just fine. So, anyways, let's go back inside and wrap this up. Now I've had a little bit of time playing with the camera, had it set up for a few days, and really got to fine tune not only my alerts, the lighting profiles, the brightness of the light, you know, tested out the AI search function, which is actually really cool. And it's like one of those things that I'm like, AI search, that's gotta be a gimmick, but it's not. You can type in red car and boom, it'll bring up every video with red car. Now in my situation, I don't have cars in my backyard yet. You could search like person with a red jacket, right? Or you could type animals like dogs, cats, birds, whatever, and it will bring up every video with something similar to that. So let's use an example where the delivery guy kicks the package on your driveway, smashes your brand new like expensive video card or your bumper. In my situation I had, you could type in brown truck and then boom, you could see it and then submit your claim, right? Or say you had someone fishy like tried to break in your car overnight, then you could search up like person in dark clothing and it would bring it up. So I think that's a really awesome feature, and it makes hunting for when something happens so much faster, because on my old cameras, I had to manually search. And like I said in the intro, half the time it doesn't even friggin' alert you. Where the Reolink, it is accurate. Every time there's motion, boom, there's an alert. And then you can dial that back. If it's too much for you, too many alerts, dial it back. You can adjust the range. You can customize where it alerts. So say maybe you only want alerts in a certain section of what it's viewing, you could adjust that. So I think those are really powerful features. And let's talk about also some other really good features like the floodlights. The floodlights themselves are fully adjustable. You can adjust the temperature of the light from 3000 Kelvin all the way up to 6000. I myself am more of a soft white person, as well as you can adjust their lighting modes. So there's an auto mode that basically figures out whatever's going to be the best to give you the best image quality. So at times the light will be on at a lower brightness, providing good image quality. But also when the camera's in its night vision mode and the floodlights are off, it still has fantastic image quality. So no matter the lighting situation, full brightness with a snowy backyard, which would be the worst for a camera, like pretty much one of the hardest situations to get good detail, has no problem. So I was surprised by that, because we really put it in the toughest situation. It's outside, it's below zero, there's snow on the ground, and on a sunny day, a lot of security cameras struggle. And the Reolink didn't. It did not disappoint in any way. Not only the search function works, storing to a local SD card is amazing, and also when you set up the app, it doesn't require a login, it doesn't require you to set up an account. You just scan the QR on your camera, punch in your wireless information, either being 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, and it just connects and it works right away. And then after that, it's like, hey, it's up to you if you want to leave everything in the default settings or you want to play with it and adjust it. But out of the box, it just works. And like, to me, that's mind-blowing, because my old cameras did none of that. They just kind of did everything really bad. This Reolink camera is a massive upgrade, and it works very well. As well as there's also a two-way talking function, so you could either sound an alarm or you could actually talk on your phone to whoever's there and be like, yo, get off my driveway, what are you doing here, bud? You're not in an area where you should be allowed. Also, with this camera in the app, you can also record time-lapse functions to get like the sunrise, sunset, or you could do a custom time-lapse and set a time window, which is cool. So say I want to catch like a snowstorm that's happening, or you see like a dark cloud rolling in and you really want to capture that shot. Now, where my camera's positioned, I'm not going to get any of that cool stuff unless I reposition the camera. I position my camera in a way to really capture traffic coming into the backyard, coming in and out from the back sliding door, and as well as the backyard door for my garage. And I can pretty much see almost anyone coming in my backyard. So there's only one area that now is a blind spot, but with that dual 4K camera and really crisp image quality, pretty much you can't go anywhere on my property without me catching you on one of my cameras. So I'm super happy about that. It gives me a huge peace of mind. And I think down the road, I'm going to be working on upgrading the rest of my cameras to more Reolink cameras like this. I'm thoroughly impressed, and thank you again to Reolink for sending this camera out. And like, I'm willing to spend my own money on their cameras just because of how impressed I was on this. Like, the experience so far with this camera has been fantastic. Not only the image quality, the microphone, the sound quality has been rock solid. The performance and the stability of the app have been rock solid the entire time during testing this camera, which is fantastic. With that, I hope you enjoyed today's video. The Reolink Elite Floodlight camera, I would say, is highly recommended. And if you are looking for an outdoor camera, check this one out. The link in the description below, and check out Reolink's website and give it a read. And if it happens to be a product for you, maybe you might consider picking it up. Again, this has been another tech-driven video. My name's Danny, and we'll see you in the next video.